Clip Studio Paint has just announced that they are moving to a update pass or subscription model, and people are mad. So let's go over this press release. Thank you for using Clip Studio Paint. No, thank you. 10 years after the initial release of Clip Studio Paint 1.0, if you have Clip Studio Paint right now, what you're using is 1.10, 1. Whatever. So they're working on releasing version 2.0 in the first half of 2023. So over the past 10 years, over 80 free updates, we've continued to bring new features. So they have been updating, as you know, if you've paid a one-time fee. iPad users, you've been paying a subscription model, but Mac and OS, you could buy however, $100, $200, and you get perpetual free updates. So they are moving to Clip Studio version 2.0. So Clip Studio 2.0 will offer a slate of new features to make use in art. This time there's no major changes planned for the user interface. So if you're a current user of version 1, which you are at the moment, and would like to use version 2 without purchasing a perpetual license, you can purchase an update pass annual, which will be on offer from next year. Customers with an update pass or a monthly plan purchased through app stores or a Clip Studio Paint site. So again, it sounds like you can do yearly or monthly. You'll be able to use the most up-to-date version. So you will still be able to use version 1, the one you have now, forever, provided it works on your device. They're still going to continue to provide free updates with new features until the end of this year before the app moves to 2.0. They're also going to provide free stability updates for major bugs or errors. So they're not totally abandoning the perpetual license users. They're still going to make sure it works on your system. So this is really what they're doing, is that's their way of trying to ease into moving forward to take care of the people that have, whether you like it or not, this is what they're doing. They're offering is to make sure it still works for who knows how long, but you're still going to get those updates. You just won't have 2.0. Now, some of the things, if you saved 2.0 files, you'll be able to open them in 1.0, but some of the features might not work. But 2.0 will open all the 1.0 stuff. So let's go here down to the Q&A. How much will it'll cost? They don't know yet. If you don't update your pass, you'll no longer be able to use the latest version, but may continue to use the last perpetual version you had. So if the latest perpetual version you purchased was 1.x, you'll be able to go back and continue using version 1. If the latest perpetual version you purchased was 1x, okay, you'll be able to go back and continue using it. Now that seems a little odd. You'll no longer be able to use the latest version. So, okay, that if you opt for the update pass, once you miss a payment, you get reverted to whatever the last perpetual version. Will you be able to pay for an upgrade from 1 to 2? No. You have to. It's a new clean slate, I guess. We'll still get free bug fixes in the perpetual version. The perpetual version will still get free stability updates when necessary for major bugs in version 1 until version 3 is released in the future, whenever that is. So I don't know what their plans are about their latest version. It'll be interesting to see if this is a yearly thing. Again, version 1 lasted, what did it say, 10 years? I doubt that version 2 will last 10 years. Moving forward, we will provide the support for the current and previous major versions of the app. Until version 3 is released, version 1 will continue to receive stability updates. However, even after support is discontinued, you're still free to use the permanent license of 1x for as long as you like, provided as your device can run it. So 1 is being discontinued. You can use it. They'll still provide, it's like getting a car, all right? They're still going to provide the warranty, but when the new version 3 model comes out, you run it until it collapses, I guess. Will I still be able to get free feature updates as I do now? New features for the perpetual version will be included in each major version. Okay. However, new features update will not get provided free of charge. Let me read that again. So get free updates as you do now. So right now we're getting all the free updates. New features for the perpetual version will be included in the major version. So every time version 2 is released, new features will be in it. And every time 3, okay. However, new feature updates will not be provided free of charge. So you had, again, they're just saying that every time there's 2.1, you got to be, even if you've gotten the perpetual version, this is what I'm understanding. This is where it gets confusing. If you buy, what it sounds like, if you buy 2.0, that's your perpetual version. The update, see, now that's the thing, you're paying for updates even though you bought the perpetual version. That's what it sounds like. Hold on, let's see here. If you're a monthly usage plan or update pass customer, you will receive access to new features 2.1, 2, 3.1, 3.2, etc. as they become available for no extra charge. Okay. This is worded very weird. So if you buy the perpetual version, you will not get free updates. Even if you have purchased the perpetual version of 2.0, you still need to purchase an update pass. Okay. All right. So this is the thing here. Now you're buying the base thing, version 2.0, and on top of that, you need to pay monthly. That's kind of messed up, in my opinion. Yeah. So. Monthly usage, when you want to change for me, yeah. So they're trying to move everything to a monthly plan. I don't know. It's like they're providing the perpetual plan as like you buy this, even if you can always fall back on like 2.0. Right? That's as low. If you've bought it, you fall back to 2.0, and you even if you've paid for updates, or maybe you just pay for. If you've paid for 2.2, and my question would be, do you lose updates? I don't think you would. That doesn't make sense. But you've got to keep paying, and then I don't know. I think that's probably it. So, yeah, it's a little confusing because they're trying to go from. Honestly, it sounds like they're just trying to go from a you buy our program, you use it updates to everything else like Photoshop subscription plan. But they're trying to ease the blow, but it's on Twitter. It's not being eased very much. Some of the reactions over here. Okay, who sat down in the meeting and was like, "I have a fun new plan to alienate the majority of our current user database and piss everyone off." Yeah, Krita jumped in here. Just a reminder: Krita is always and will always be free. I'm too invested. I've got too much work in Clip Studio, so there's not much I can do about that. But so let's see. This person summarized. Let's see if they came up with the same thing I did. Version 2 will have a permanent license separate from version 1. Yeah, as will the eventual version 3. Version 2.x feature requires subscription until 3 rolls around, and then it fuses into version 3. So it's a pattern. Bug fixes. This person's takeaway is that version 2 isn't worth it. You should stick for version 1 or wait for version 3. Version 2 without a subscription will be stuck at 2.1. Meanwhile, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you'll be stuck there unless you pay for the thing. My question is, like, if you're paying for updates, I guess you'll just stick with and you stop paying, or you stuck with that last point, whatever. It seems like you would be, but meanwhile, version 1 users will stop just before version 2.0, which isn't that big of a difference, but version 3 will contain all the 2.1 features. Now, that's not a bad, honestly, not a bad route to go. Also, what's probably going to happen is the professional, like people that are using it to make comics professionally or semi-professionally will probably continue because they've got a lot of files there, but the vast majority of users are more either hobbyists or people that are trying to break in and make it a living. A lot of those people are going to stick with where they are and then switch over to something like Krita. I've already seen people talking about doing that. Disappointment. The Obi-Wan, you were my brother thing. Again, download Easy Paint. I'm wondering what's going on at corporate over there in Clip Studio, or if they took into account that the blowback from this. Person's fine with the system. You shouldn't have to subscribe to a plan just for updates. Now that is a difference between Photoshop, for example, Adobe Creative Cloud. You're subscribing for access to the program. This is you're subscribing to updates. So, yeah, again, they're comparing it to Photoshop, but it's a little different because if you pay for the perpetual thing, you still have access to it. And Photoshop, as far as I know, doesn't do that now. People are not happy. This is terrible. Everyone thought you were one of the good guys. That draw and talk is right. Is that my iPad subscription will automatically update, whereas my desktop version won't? Okay. This person was okay with this until I saw this. I thought, okay, I'll just buy the 2.0 license if I need it, but then it still forces you to pay for a subscription for updates. Again, this is yeah, this person tried to gift me a purchase, and they gotten into Clip Studio only to have it wrestled away. Okay, so people are not happy. I'm like all the way down at the bottom of the page, and there's still more. So let's see, was this thing ratioed? Kind of, yeah. So we'll see what happens if they address this. This is a lot. I mean, this is from the art community, at least on Twitter. That's bad PR. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments about Clip Studio Paint. Smart, not smart, business decision. What do you think is going to happen? Think they'll change anything? Let me know. And until then, please like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Visit my links down there. See you next time. Hey, if you found these videos helpful, you can get more tips, tutorials, and access to my digital library of work by joining Patreon or my locals.com account.